Tonight on Murrow News 8, Uber and Lyft are back in Pullman.
And we attended a puppy pool party.
Also, find out the most recent status of Obamacare.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Stella Kim.
And I'm Jay Slaughter. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Earlier today, the U.S. flew 6 bombers and 4 fighter jets over the Korean peninsula amid tensions with North Korea. Just 3 days ago, North Korea fired a missile over Japan. So in return, the U.S. sent powerful military aircrafts in a show of force. The U.S. Pacific Command said the planes that were sent were part of practice attacks, releasing live weapons at a firing range in South Korea. The Nigerian government is planning to build what will be the largest power plant in the country. The $5.8 billion mega project will feature 4 dams between 50 and 150 meters tall and will take 6 years to complete. The Chinese Export Bank will finance 85% of the development, with the Nigerian government contributing 15%. Even though Nigeria is one of the largest economies in Africa, over 40% of Nigerians live without access to electricity. Nigeria believes that the project will produce profits and jobs for its citizens. As summer comes to an end, the Humane Society of the Palouse teamed up with Moscow Parks and Recreation to have one last summer celebration, but this time for pups. Our reporter, Majestic Storm, explains what that means.
The dog days of summer might be over, but before the pool gets cleaned and drained for the winter, the Hamilton Low Aquatic Center in Moscow, Idaho invited pups in for a dip. For the 10th year in a row, the Palouse Humane Society hosted the Howling at Hamilton fundraiser, in which all proceeds go to the local no-kill shelter. Emily Spellman explains that this event is much more than just a day at the pool for the Moscow community.
It's fun. I mean, there's so many people out there gathering and talking and getting to know each other's dogs, and we get to see all breeds that I haven't seen in Moscow recently, and it's a lot of fun for everybody. Almost everybody goes away smiling.
For 5 hours, the new clientele took over the entire pool, along with a few owners who cooled down alongside their furry friends. After a day filled with treats, toys, and lots of swimming, almost every dog left tired. Dog owner Tyler Ufstis says that this event really helps to socialize his 2-year-old dog, Nikki.
Forward to it every year. We come because she gets to socialize, and it's so good for her and burn some energy and gets used to some water. And it's just so good for them to run around and see new people, new dogs, and have fun, because that's what it's all about.
Howling at Hamilton is the biggest fundraiser for the Palouse Humane Society, with over 500 dogs attending the pool party throughout the day. They expect to raise over $3,500 from this fundraiser alone, but is always looking for help year-round. Majestic Storm, Murrow News 8.
Tired of taking the bus, walking, or relying on your friends for a ride? Well, good news. Uber and Lyft cruised their way into town. Stella Kim shows us what type of impact these services will have on the community.
They're convenient, they're easy to use, they're cheap. On-demand car services like Uber and Lyft are now operating in Pullman.
In order to drive for Uber and Lyft, you must be 21 years of age.
Your car must be newer than a 2001. You're also required to have a 4-door car that can fit 4 or more people. One of Joe Curley's top priorities is to make Pullman safer, which is why he pushed the City Council to amend its taxi cab licensing code to allow Uber and Lyft to operate within city limits.
A lot of research has been done on when companies such as Uber and Lyft are introduced to cities such as Pullman, like similar demographics, size, that the rate of DUIs for college-age students has actually decreased quite a lot.
Well, taxi services welcome the competition to Pullman, but one taxi driver has some concerns for the safety of Pullman residents.
So from a safety perspective, the city definitely took a really large step backwards in regards to safety.
The new ordinance only requires a social security number and name-based background checks for anyone driving a car professionally. Previously, the city required taxi drivers to run their fingerprints through a federal criminal database. For some people, having these services in Pullman isn't just about safety. It's also about the opportunity to work whenever it is convenient.
Uber allows me to work Friday and Saturday nights where more people are in town, and it's actually just really easy money.
Stella Kim, Murrow News 8.
There is something new for students at the Student Recreation Center and the Chinook Student Center. Washington State University now has gender-inclusive locker rooms. Director of University Recreation, Jeff Elbrake, says these facilities are projects students are asking for. The addition of gender-neutral locker rooms follows WSU's gender-inclusive bathrooms located in the Compton Union Building and the Chinook Center. These bathrooms were made permanent after a week-long trial in the fall of 2016. 4 engineers held a forum on Friday night and discussed new ways to improve State Route 26. Some new plans include building a roundabout and creating a report for state engineers. Maynard Steve, a senior at WSU, runs driving classes for students and community members on winter preparedness. He believes that the community has a lack of awareness in regards to road safety. Steve and the 3 other engineers will hold their next forum on October 12th.
Coming up, we'll tell you about how college students are recovering from the acid attack in Paris.
And there's information to come about Obamacare.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course! Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Just when you thought the battle over healthcare was over, is making a comeback. Senate Republicans say they are gaining momentum on yet another push to end Obamacare. Senators Lindsey Graham of South Carolina and Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana say they are getting support, but it's still a long shot. Millions could lose coverage, and there is still no Democratic support.
4 students from Boston College are in recovery after being attacked with hydrochloric acid yesterday in France. The attack happened at the St. Charles train station in Marshville at around 11 a.m. local time. 2 students were treated at the scene for shock, and 2 others were released from the hospital after being treated for burns to their face. Officers arrested a 41-year-old woman with a history of psychiatric problems who showed them pictures of burns on her body, saying she wanted others to suffer just like her. Police say the 4 students who were studying abroad were not targeted, and the attacks were not related to any larger terrorist attack. We need to really focus on safety and around America. I feel like every citizen in the world needs to feel safe at home, and it's really big that everybody is comfortable in their own skin.
You know, our hearts go out to the students who were attacked. They're from Boston, and I just hope and pray at this moment that you know, they'll heal quickly and that things will get better on their end.
Yes.
The great outside.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
So shiny.
We both love the outdoors.
That's not a flower.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Rainy days are underway. Jay Slaughter has this week's forecast. How's it looking, Jay?
Oh man, it's looking pretty cold in Pullman. Right now we have 52 degrees, rain everywhere, showers today, tonight, and tomorrow. And then as we take a look over here, and tomorrow morning, today morning, whatnot, we'll have periods of rain, showers, and 50-degree weather. And then rain will hit in the evening around 40 degrees cold. Over here in Seattle, in Olympia, Vancouver, we have middle 60 weathers, early 60 weathers of 61 degrees, 63 degrees, and 62. In eastern Washington, as we go over here, we see Yakima, Wenatchee, Spokane, and Pullman in about the same range, drops off in Pullman. Pullman gets a little more colder as it rained today. We have mid in Yakima, about 68, the hottest in Washington. As we go up to Wenatchee, we have 63. For our forecast this week, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we should see some more rain as we should see throughout the week, except on Thursday. Thursday, it will be cloudy, a very dry day. On Friday and Saturday, we will see a little bit of rain even during our college football games. With our weather reporting in the mid 50s, upper 90s, you definitely should wear a jacket this week. We have 49, 50, 57. Summer has came and gone, and now you need to prepare to stay warm outside and be outside and enjoy yourself outside in warmth.
When we come back, we'll fill you on the latest social media trends from this weekend. And this time, we're rolling out on the red carpet.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it!
Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
The great outside.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
So shiny.
We both love the outdoors.
That's not a flower.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
The world is reacting to the 69th Annual Emmy Awards, and it's because of Sean Spicer.
Is there anyone who could say how big the audience is? Sean, do you know? This will be the largest audience to witness an Emmys, period.
And the Emmy goes to Donald Glover, Atlanta.
The 69th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards put diversity first and featured a slew of winners from all backgrounds. Donald Glover made history as the first African-American to win an Emmy for directing the comedy, while The Handmaid's Tale went home with an incredible 5 victories.
It's been lovely. It's telling me to wrap it up. Go home, get to work. We have a lot of things to fight for. Good night.
People are going crazy over this flat-out bizarre film that takes the audience through a horrific and confusing thrill ride. The film, Mother, hit the theaters this weekend and made $7.5 million with outstanding reviews on IMDb. Mother is about a male ego, the female instinct, and a scary plot of people who want more from you than they can possibly give. The main characters, Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, play Mother and him. Thank you for watching. Join us every night, every week.